us since they work for two agencies directly involved in this fight. My first guest is Deputy Director and Head of One Health Division at the Nigeria Center for Disease Control, Dr. Oyeladun Okunromade. I hope I did not murder your name, but thank you so much for joining us on the show, Doc.
It's a pleasure to be here. You actually tried, Okunromade.
Okay. Great.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for joining us. Okay. And our second guest is Director, Disease Control and Immunization at the National Primary Healthcare Development Agency, Dr. Basi Opwoseng. Thank you for joining us, Dr. Opwoseng.
Thank you. Good evening.
Good evening. Did I murder your own name? Because you're smiling as if I murdered it. No? Okay. Awesome. Lagos, we want to hear from you as well. Let's have your questions about the COVID outbreak. Let's talk about the policy response. Let's also talk about what actions you and I, as Lagosians, need to be taking, right? About the vaccine rollout, about everything. Let's talk about all of it, right? So women, remember, you can call us on 01465-7190. Men, call us on 0700-993-993. Dr. Oyeladun, let me start with you. We've seen the daily infection numbers rise recently. We also heard that positive tests as a percentage of all tests are up. What's causing this resurgence?
I would say that just like you've noted, we've seen an increase in the number of cases that we're recording in Nigeria. In the last 24 hours, we've recorded about 422 new cases, and we've reported 5 deaths as well, 3 in Oyo and 2 in Ogun State. As we all know, COVID transmission is still active and is ongoing, is with us in Nigeria as well as at the global level. So until we control this transmission of infection, we'll keep experiencing occasional period of increase in number of cases as a result of what we call mutation. So mutation is one of the key nature of virus generally, and it involves virus changing its form, viral changing some of its protein nature and its characteristics. And one of the changes, part of the changes, it's what the term that is known as variant. So we have this particular COVID-19 virus, known as SARS-CoV virus, has gone through what we call mutation over the time. It's been about 17 months of this outbreak response in Nigeria. We've had COVID virus going through a series of mutation, and currently the world is talking about a particular Delta variant, which is as a result of the mutation. And this particular variant has high transmissibility rate, means it transmits rapidly, and of course causes mostly responsible for increasing cases of COVID cases being reported in Nigeria and of course globally. So that is what we're experiencing now.
Dr. Opwoseng, what do you think is causing the resurgence? In your opinion, what's causing the resurgence?
Well, I'll use the other word, the wave, because it's a wave. For every epidemic of this type, in science, usually we see 3 to 5 waves on an average, going by history. Currently, we're going to the 3rd wave, and there are a few countries that are already in the 4th wave of it. So each of the wave is caused by, like she's rightly mentioned, a new variant coming up that now brings up the spike. Each wave is more virulent than the previous one from history, and that is what we are seeing now. So each time we have a new wave, the strain is usually more virulent, spread faster than the previous one because it has developed some resistance and spread faster. So that is what we're seeing. We are in a 3rd wave in Nigeria, and the 4th we pray it doesn't go beyond this. And some countries are already on their food waves. So the waves or the resurgence or the wave is being caused usually by a new wave that is being identified. That new wave is more virulent, it spread faster, and that is the cause of what we are seeing. And as she has said, the Delta variant was not in Nigeria before.
Right.
There are some countries that started to experience that some weeks back.
Right.
So coming into Nigeria, you can see immediately the number of cases are increasing, the deaths are also increasing. Right. And that is what we are seeing here. That is what is causing the new wave.
We've also heard Dr. Boseng that hospitalizations are up in Lagos at least. Is this simply because the total infections are rising, or is this also because there's a higher hospitalization rate due to this stronger variant that Dr. Yeladun has mentioned?
You know, the more virulent the virus is, the more the severity, the spread, the severity of the disease. And once you have the severity of the disease increase, of course, what you'll be seeing also is increase in hospitalization rate. Right. And what most advanced countries have done, which we are encouraging Nigerians to do, right, is to get vaccinated to achieve herd immunity faster. Right. If we as a country don't get our citizens vaccinated faster to achieve a herd immunity, right, what we are telling ourselves is we want to experience the infection, reinfection, and naturally get protected to achieve that herd immunity. And that might take close to 10 years. But if we as a country take vaccination, we might achieve herd immunity in 1-2 years if we all take the vaccines, and which is what we are advising Nigerians. And what the vaccine does is that, you know, with the protection from it, it reduces the hospitalization rate that you just talked about. Right. So I just want to answer that question directly. The hospitalization rate is increasing because the virus is spreading faster. Right. The severity of the disease is higher than what it used to be. Right. And that is why we're seeing more hospitalization. And linked with the fact that it's unfortunate that some Nigerians still don't believe that there is COVID-19 virus. The simple protocols of wearing face masks, especially when you're out of your house in the public, to frequent hand washing and keeping distances, avoiding social events that are not necessary, avoiding activities that are not necessary, people still are not thinking that this is important. I want to use the opportunity to beg Nigerians. It's very important for your health and that of your loved ones and friends. We need to do this, and this will also go a long way to reduce the infection rate, the spread rate, and then reduce a reduction in the hospitalization.
Lagos, if you just tuned in, you're listening to Hard Facts on 99.3 Nigeria Info. I'm Sandra Ezekwesili. And today on The Big Hard Fact, my big question is, what should we all be doing to dampen this new COVID wave? I told you that the NCDC says there have been 4,600 confirmed new COVID cases in August so far. That's 9 days. 2,559 of those cases are here in Lagos. And we have on the show with us discussing what we all need to be doing, people who are directly involved in the fight, so the right people to be talking about the subject. So we have the Deputy Director and Head of One Health Division at the Nigeria Center for Disease Control, Dr. Yeladun Okunromade. And then we also have on the show with us the Director Disease Control and Immunization, Dr. Basi Opwoseng. He's at the National Primary Healthcare Development Agency, and they're both talking to us on the show today. Dr. Yeladun, I wonder if you have some other explanation for why hospitalizations are up in Lagos, at least. It's the same question I asked Dr. Opwoseng, but do you think this is simply because the total infections are rising, or is this also because there's a higher hospitalization rate due to the stronger variants that you mentioned earlier on?
Okay, for the question, from your response, why giving information about the cases of COVID reported in August alone, you also mentioned that Lagos has the largest number of cases. Right. And when you have such, definitely there will be a lot of pressure on isolation centers in terms of hospitalization.
Right.
We all know that Lagos State is the epicenter of this outbreak. And like Dr. Basi rightly said, we're experiencing what we call the third wave due to surge in the number of cases, which is not far-fetched from the variant changes in the variant of COVID virus that we're experiencing. One other thing about Delta variant, it causes increase in transmission of infection, especially when people gather. This virus takes opportunity for to spread during mass gathering, indoor gathering, any form of unnecessary social gatherings, and when preventive measures are not really adhered to, and Delta variant increases hospitalization because of its severity. It has a severe form. It causes of a severe infection, which leads to increased hospitalization. Well, the study is still ongoing to know whether it leads to more death, but it's been reported to cause severe infections, which what we're experiencing now is not different from one of the consequences of Delta variant. Right. And just like Dr. Basi mentioned, the vaccines available to us in Nigeria actually has a protective measure against COVID virus, generally irrespective of the variant, whether Delta, Alpha, or Beta variant. It confers the level of protection against hospitalization and any form of severe infection of COVID-19. And the level of protection is higher after receiving the second dose of the vaccine for those vaccines that have 2 doses. Especially the ones available to us in Nigeria. So it's important that we put this out to all Nigerians, that vaccines are available, are free, that people should endeavor to get protected, as well as ensure that they keep maintaining the preventive measures, irrespective of variants, whether any form of variant, COVID preventive measure is similar. So people should avoid unnecessary gathering as much as possible. People should wear their face mask where you're in any
public
form
spaces.
Of outing. As much as possible, ensure that you maintain a distance of 2 meters to the next person in any gathering. And if we are having any symptoms, report to the nearest health facilities and self-isolate as much as possible. As much as possible at NCDC, we're trying our best to ensure that we respond to COVID-19, working with the state government to optimize their response capacity as much as possible, also working with NCDC to ensure that these COVID vaccines are available to all Nigerians. But Nigerians too need to take responsibility. The responsibility to protect themselves lies within each person. So we need to also take individual responsibility in preventing and ensure that we control this outbreak. Thank you. Over.
Okay. I like how she says thank you.
I wanted to add another reason to what Dr. Hilary has just mentioned.
Okay.
You asked a very specific question. What could be responsible for
higher hospitalization rate?
High hospitalization rate.
Right.
You see, it's mainly because in Nigeria, for now, the herd immunity is low because not many people have received the vaccine yet. Now, the higher the immunity of a community, the lower the infection rate and the severity of it, and invariably the admission. Now, I'll give an example to justify that comment I just made.
Okay.
Initially, when, for instance, AstraZeneca vaccine came out, it was not used in US until they did a trial over a period of 4.5 months. And the result of it was published on the 25th of March this year. In that study, there were a total of 32,499 persons that were involved from multi-ethnic group and countries in US that were involved in the study. At the end of the period, they discovered that out of the 32,499 persons that took the vaccine, about 141 of them at one point or the other were tested positive for COVID. But none of them was hospitalized and none of them died. Compared to the people around them where they lost relatives, they lost friends who were close to them. So out of the 32,499 persons that took the vaccine, none of them was hospitalized and none of them died. This is a very clear inference that if we are protected, the rate of going to the hospital will be reduced. The study in UK also showed clearly, after 3 months of administration of the Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine, and of course with other vaccine studies that I've studied, but in the one in UK specifically, it showed 92% hospitalization reduction. So if we receive vaccines, we are protected, then one, we stand the chance of not being having any severe form of the disease if we are exposed to the virus. And if at all we are exposed, like the 141 out of the 32,499, we are not standing a chance of hospitalization. So for us in Nigeria, Lagosians and every part of this country, what we need to do is to at least ensure that we develop the immunity. And one of the fastest way of getting immunity is to get vaccinated, like we saw in that study. And we want to plead with Nigerians who are yet to be vaccinated. Please, we can facilitate our nation herd immunity by receiving the vaccines and being protected, and then we will reduce hospitalization rate. Thank you. Over.
All right. If you just joined the show, you're listening to Hard Facts. My big question today, what should we all be doing to dampen this new COVID wave? Now, since we've been talking, Lagos has been calling, so let them join the conversation. 0700-993-993-993 for men. For women, 01-465-7190. We've got some breaking news. If you've been following the sexual harassment allegations of the governor of New York, Andrew Cuomo. This just in, he has resigned. Effective in 14 days, he has resigned as the governor of New York. We're going to bring you details of that story, hopefully, during our 6 o'clock bulletin. But if it's not there, we'll definitely be talking about it on Hard Facts on Friday during our Global Big Three. 99.3, hello.
Hello, good evening, Sandra.
Good evening. Thanks for calling. What's your name?
Abby.
Abby, good to have you on the show. Go ahead.
Yes. I have a question. In fact, that's the main reason why I'm listening. Unfortunately, I'm short for time, so I decided to call in and ask.
Okay.
What's the hold up regarding resuming giving the vaccines? I hear it was supposed to resume yesterday. In fact, my family planned to take it yesterday, and then we were told that it wasn't possible because it's not yet available.
Right.
And what's the hold up? There was the reason for the delay. And then when will it resume? These are the two things.
So it's resuming next week Monday. I talked about it on the Big Three today. It's resuming next week Monday, but we're going to talk about vaccines with our guests as soon as we come back from a break. So keep listening.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much for calling. Vaccines are the next place that we're going to go to after we come back from a commercial break. 99.3, hello.
Hey, Sandra, how are you?
I'm very well. How are you?
I'm good. My name is Adenusi Patrick. I'm calling from Victoria Island.
Welcome, Patrick.
What should we be doing when all of us need to be responsible? The government said when you travel out of the country, at your return, you should self-isolate for 7 days. I can tell you that over 99% of people who travels into this country don't observe that. So it is the failure of government and the people who also travels. Number two, government is extremely unserious. They say that we should wash our hands with running water, and there is no running water anywhere that government has provided. Sanitizers has gone out of circulation now, as it were. Very few places you find sanitizers to buy. I think when the government is serious, they are talking about vaccine. Have they made the vaccines available? It's a shame that Nigeria is waiting for donations. Nigeria should buy vaccines. on the street of America, just like a distance between Ojota and Jibo, they have about 8 free points where you can do tests and be vaccinated.
Patrick, thank you very much for calling. I wish we had more time to take more of your thoughts, but we do hope that you can call back so that you can share more of your thoughts. We'll take a commercial break. When we come back, we'll take your call. We'll talk to our guests. I'm Sandra Ezekwesili. This is Nigeria Info 99.3.
Hey you, I've got some really exciting information for you. The digital space in Africa is indeed expanding. But do we have adequate access to the global digital environment? Is the digital ecosystem in Nigeria stimulating economic growth for its population? Can we compete with other markets in Africa where digital leadership is thriving? If the answers to these questions are not as positive as should be, then we need a new approach. So, why not attend the futuristic TZT Next Gen conference titled The Future of Digital is Here? Date Wednesday, August 11th, 2021. Time 11 a.m. TZT Next Gen is on a mission to expand digital inclusion for Africa by providing affordable broadband access to the continent's disadvantaged inhabitants. The conference will focus on Africa's digital environment and highlight how digital transformation can empower more Nigerians, stimulate economic activities, lay the groundwork for a robust and thriving ecosystem to enable digital leadership for Africa in the 4.0 world, and complement the digital effort of other industry stakeholders in promoting investment promotion and the development of a strong technology ecosystem in Nigeria and Africa. Currently, in 4 states in Nigeria, TZT will be launching its new unlimited internet plans. 1. Smartphone interactive voice response services, that's the IVR. 2. A showcase of its next generation managed Wi-Fi solution. And 3. TZT will also be announcing its new locations to be rolled out. Are you a notable business leader, C-level executive, information technology manager, technology entrepreneurs, and digital thought leaders? Then don't miss this. Wednesday, 11th August 2021, time 11 a.m. Registration ends 10 a.m. on the event day. For a free invitation, please send an email to event@tzet.com or visit our website at www.tzet.com. You can also call Alex on 081 615 30402.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We'll be right back.
Charles! Yes, mommy? Go and bring 2 sachets of hypo bleach for me. Why 2? Because I'm using one to soak the whites and using one to kill all the germs. But I can't see any germs here. They are so tiny you can't see them. But they are there. And that is why I trust only hypo bleach to kill them all.
Make your white fabrics whiter and your household free of illness causing germs and viruses with the disinfecting power of hypo bleach.
Everybody is talking about Nigeria's power problem.
NEPA never give us light for 3 days now.
When will this transformer be returned?
What do we go do?
It's a value chain where the distribution uptake is not matching up with the available power.
But on 99.3 Nigeria Info, in partnership with Energy Investment Company, All On, we discuss the solutions and alternatives to your power challenges.
I wonder why people these days limit themselves when there is a wide range of alternatives to choose from.
Solar and battery can do exactly the same thing your generator does at a much lower cost.
So, every Monday from 11:30 a.m., join Collins, Teke, Wibaboa, and the All On team on Power Solutions as we highlight our collective energy problems, but more importantly, proper solutions to these issues. Power Solutions, every Monday from 11:30 a.m. to 12 noon, right here on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
There's a place, a new place, where all your dreams can come true. There's a land, a new land, where success waits for me and you. Our city built on opportunity, like the great cities of before. Alara City, Alara City, let's go build our dreams for you and me. Alara City,
city. A city built on opportunity. Find opportunity, build it.
If you're looking for an exciting deal on Mac, look no further. Buy Apple's latest MacBook and iMac with the new M1 chip and get 2 years warranty. Grab this exciting offer at iConnect at Palms Mall, Lekki, and iDevices store at Jara Mall, Ikeja. Terms and conditions apply.
Babe, that girl must be using something.
Hey, Berry, what kind of something?
You to see how she's always smiling, displaying her 32.
You're cuckoo right. I know her secrets. I know what she's using. She uses it twice a day.
Tell me her secret.
I'll give you a hint. ABZ.
ABZ?
Yes, ABZ is the secret. Close-Up contains antibacterial zinc, ABZ, which gives you 3 times more freshness and 3 times more protection. Better than your regular toothpaste. Now you know the ABZ secret.
The new Close-Up is her secret. Everybody must hear.
You can't keep a secret.
New Close-Up with antibacterial zinc. Triple the freshness, triple the protection.
Everybody needs a little help every now and then. Sometimes it's sugar or salt, or an extra hand to change a flat tire, or a small loan. At Kuda Microfinance Bank, we believe that your bank should do more than just store your money. We want to do more for you. So when you use your Kuda accounts to pay bills, buy airtime, and make transfers regularly, we'll offer you an overdraft, which is a low-interest loan that you can take anytime you need it. No long talk, no collateral, no paperwork involved. Just download Kuda on the Play Store or the App Store, open a Kuda account, and use it regularly to qualify for a Kuda overdraft. Kuda, free banking for you.
Not a new level. Where I sample your ticket from Baskin to yesterday's gone today. It be a lucky day for Baskin to you are royal. Make me bet with Baskin to go check these cars today. It be a lucky
Bet King, playground for kings. When Fumi found her glow sim after months of searching, she quickly recharged and the unexpected started happening. Every time she recharges, she gets knocked out with 22 times bonus.
Oh, yeah, sorry now. Oh, please, I can't keep up.
It's a glow thing because you get knocked out with 22 times bonus on every recharge. Be like Fumi, dial *777# today to subscribe.
Glow Unlimited.
When I was 5 months pregnant, I started using bio oil for stretch marks. I must say, if I'd known about it before, I would have started using it earlier. I've been really impressed with the results.
Bio Oil helps improve the appearance of scars, stretch marks, and uneven skin tone. Bio Oil is available in all leading pharmacies and shops. Bio Oil is also available online on Jumia on the Bio Oil official store. For more information, please contact Bio Oil Nigeria on Facebook. To identify original Bio Oil products, look out for the Sproxil, scratch, and text pin. Bio Oil Skincare Oil is clinically proven as safe for its intended use by adults, including pregnant women. In the unlikely use of skin irritation, please discontinue use.
Nice strike! Guy, imagine say Messi, Ronaldo with Mbappe dey your house. Imagine the kind football experience where you go enjoy. Go imagine say you cross leg on top share, dey flex for your house because now our home, our football with La Liga, Serie A and Premier League.
No, they imagine things so. Go get your own GoTV decoder plus 1 month of mass subscription for only 6,900 naira. I'll make you for enjoy all the Obonge live matches wey full ground this season. GoTV, love it.
I am Laburu, and I'm back. For those of you who wanted to see me go down, I am coming for you all.
If you're looking for an exciting deal on Mac, look no further. Buy Apple's latest MacBook and iMac with the new M1 chip and get 2 years warranty. Grab this exciting offer at iConnect at Palms Mall, Lekki, and iDevices store at Jara Mall, Ikeja. Terms and conditions apply.
Did you know chronic stress from work or lifestyle habits may result in fatigue, headaches, and pains? Stress reduces the body's ability to fight diseases, leaving you vulnerable. Your day will be much better knowing you have the right immune support to help you combat symptoms of stress. Immune Active is a premium blend of high-strength vitamin C, zinc, and selenium that helps prevent recurring diseases, improves skin radiance, and boosts confidence. Activate your immune system today with Immune Active. Available at any leading pharmacy store near you and online at oaklifevitamins.com.
Femi and the gang, in partnership with Sign Up Consult, present the latest invention in human history, 38 Bars. Follow the nation's finest sports gang through the 38-game season as we deliver live football updates and analysis at your favorite bars across Lagos. The revolution is here and live on Nigeria Info. Reach out for sponsorship and advertising. 38 Bars with Femi and the gang, where football meets lifestyle.
Welcome back to your number one talk, news, and sports station. This is Nigeria Info.
Hello, Lagos. I'm Sandra Ezekwesili. What should we all be doing to dampen this new COVID wave? We listened to Patrick, who called in before the break, and he said, well, we all have a responsibility. He talked about you who comes home from a trip abroad. Then he talked about the government. He talked about everybody's responsibility, and he outlined how everyone is failing in their own part. And you know what? It's a conversation that is ongoing, and I have two people who are in the best position to talk to us about this because they work for two agencies directly involved in the fight against COVID-19. I told you that data from the NCDC showed that there have been 4,600 confirmed new COVID-19 cases in August so far. August has 9 days in it, and within those 9 days, we have 4,600 confirmed new COVID cases. 2,559 of those cases are here in Lagos. So talking to me about this today, Dr. Oyeladun Okunromade, who is the Deputy Director and Head of One Health Division at the Nigeria Center for Disease Control, NCDC. And my second guest is a Director, Disease Control and Immunization at the NPHCDA. Let me just say, by the way, that the NPHCDA seems to have a very effective system. I don't know how they do it, but they are one of the most effective Nigerian agencies I've ever interacted with. I had to update my vaccination details on my card, and the customer care was one of the best experiences I've had with a government agency. So let me just say, kudos to Dr. Okwosen and everybody who's making sure that things like that can happen in this country. But yes, Dr. Okwosen is our guest. Dr. Basi Okwosen is our second guest on the show. Dr. Okwosen, let me have you talk to us about vaccinations, right? So I told one of the callers that vaccinations will resume on Monday. They were supposed to resume today, but they've been postponed to Monday. And we hear that the reasons that they were postponed was so that NAFDAC would have some time to make sure that everything is in order. So what's the process going to look like? Are there particular groups of Nigerians that will be given priority like the last time, or will this one be general?
Okay. First, Sandra, I want to thank you for noticing the agency's efforts to do what is mandated to do. Yeah. We appreciate this. And this would not have been possible without the leadership of our amiable Executive Director, Dr. Faisal Shua. Mm-hmm. If you have a pilot that is not a good pilot, you can guess what will happen to the passengers. Here at we have a Chief Executive, Dr. Faisal, that is equal to the task, and we are all happy that we have a leader that is committed to the work he is doing. And from the ministry, that is at the agency level.
Right.
And from ministry, we have a minister that works very effectively and gives guidance to the agency and wants to see the agency succeed. We have the Presidential Steering Committee chaired by our Secretary to the Government of the Federation, with having the overall coordination over what is happening. And so with the support we are having from our leadership, our parent ministry, and then our other MDAs like the NCDC that we work with, I think that is what is making the work a bit more easy. I will come to the question you asked directly about the vaccines that we are receiving now. When are we resuming and what is being expected? First, I want to thank Nigerians who are listening to us, who had the first call during the phase 1 vaccination and came out to receive the vaccine. You know, I'll tell you, we received 4.02 million doses in Nigeria in that phase. There were already predictions from the global body that 500,000 of those doses will expire in Nigeria. Nigeria is the only country in Africa that none of those vaccines expired.
Okay.
If not the efforts of the media and Nigerians who listen to come out to receive the vaccines, at the end of the phase, we had 0 dose. Since the 8th of July, we had no single dose of vaccine left in Nigeria. That's the only country in Africa that happened.
Okay.
So I commend Nigerians here who drove out to ensure that they receive the vaccine. That's not to say we did not, or we are not recognizing there are still a few that are doubting.
Okay.
I'm trying to link this to the second phase we want to start that you asked about, which is expected to start on Monday. Initially, we told Nigerians it will start on the 12th, but now extended to 16. And unfortunately, that extension brought about a lot of stories. We could hear from so many angles, it's because the vaccine is not safe for use in Nigeria, to so many sort of things. The federal government has postponed the vaccination because they are not sure of the vaccines. Nigerians, I use this opportunity to tell you people that was fake news. The executive addressed the media today. The minister spoke to the country yesterday. DG NAFDAC and her team looked at the vaccine for 5 good days, critically looked at the vaccine, and NAFDAC certified the vaccine very safe for use in Nigeria. One of the things that helped us during the phase 1 under the leadership of our ED, the entire technical working group, was the fact that, remember I said no vaccine was remaining after 8, is because we could trace up to the health facility level where those vaccines were being used. So that delay is because the vaccines we received from the US government, as we received it, NAFDAC finished the analysis, there's a barcode that needs to be placed on each of those bottles so that it will be traced up to the point of use.
I see.
So that has to be done this year so that the vaccines does not leak into the market for us to start seeing fake vaccines, and then we cannot account for it. This is the first time the phase 1 that Nigeria did that we could trace all the batches of vaccines that came into this country. So the little delay was for 2 main reasons. For NAFDAC to be able to attach those barcodes to all the packs that we are having that will go to all parts of the country.
Okay.
And then we are receiving Moderna, which we did not use in phase 1. We are also tomorrow going to receive Johnson & Johnson. So we'll be having more than one vaccine. We needed to update our health workers on the knowledge they need to have about administering these vaccines safe as doing what they know how to do best. So the NAFDAC team are placing those barcodes so that the vaccine will be tracked up to the point of use. None of them will leak into the market. And we'll be able to retrieve back up to the empty vials at the end of the vaccination, knowing where they are, retrieve them back, and then our health workers are well trained. The date was just being shifted to Monday. On Monday, 16th August, the vaccination will commence. So please, Nigerians, come out and receive the vaccine so that we can achieve herd immunity as a country.
So will this be general, or will there be a priority like was done before?
I'm going to that section of the question now.
Okay.
The vaccine that is coming in from this phase is to everyone 18 years and above. Right from the day 1 of the phase 2 launch, all Nigerians 18 years and above are please encouraged to turn out to receive their vaccination.
Okay.
It's open to all age groups.
Okay.
On top of the vaccines that will be given, from the second phase of, we are using family approach,
Okay.
where when you come to the health facility, we encourage Nigerians, everybody residing in this country coming for vaccination, to come with other words that they have in their families.
Okay.
If you have a baby that is less than 15 months, which is due for vaccination, you come along with that person.
Mm-hmm.
That person, that child will be screened and the vaccination, childhood vaccination completed. Adults 40 years and above will be screened for hypertension.
Okay.
You also be screened for diabetes free.
Oh, nice.
There will be
So we're giving incentives. We're giving incentives for getting the vaccines.
Yes, incentives. So if we're doing an integrated approach, using the opportunity of the vaccine administration to also give other services. And so open for all age groups and to everyone that is eligible. I just want to use the opportunity to inform Nigerians who receive their first dose of AstraZeneca. I know in fear from some people, we received the first dose, we want to receive the second dose, the vaccine is not there. Please don't be afraid. Within the next 1 week or so, mid of this August, from the sources that vaccines are expected to come, we'll be having the AstraZeneca vaccine additional doses coming in. And so for the first dose that we are expecting about 698,000 plus that will come in first, those that have received their first dose of AstraZeneca that are due for the second dose are to come and receive their second dose. And we are projecting from our timing, at least by the 20th, that vaccine will also be around the AstraZeneca. They will receive their vaccines. There are some that will say, we are 12 weeks, we are slightly above 12 weeks, going to 14 weeks. Can we still receive a second dose? The answer is yes. Don't be scared. For those that have not received, from the 16th, the first dose that will be given to them is Moderna, and they'll be given a date where they will come for their second dose. Please, if you took AstraZeneca as first dose, don't take Moderna as a second dose. Be patient. AstraZeneca is coming. And if you have taken Moderna as first dose, you'll be given 8 days interval to come for a second dose, and you'll be given the second dose. The Johnson is coming in tomorrow. Within this campaign period also, we'll be administering Johnson & Johnson to Nigerians, but this will also be preferred to a particular group of persons, especially those living in the hard-to-reach community. You know, Johnson & Johnson is one dose, unlike the 2 doses. So in hard areas, the security compromised areas where we want to go there, reach the people, once we are allowed the opportunity to reach them again, we are sure they are safe. And then the elderly that might not be able to come out of their homes, that reach out to them. We know that when we give them the one dose, they'll be fully immunized. So all 18 years above are eligible to come out.
Now,
children less than
we're also hearing, sorry to cut you, but we've been hearing some Nigerians who say that they got the first dose, but when it was time for their second dose, the vaccines were not available. How widespread was this issue? What were the causes of that particular issue? That's number one. Number two, I also got reports that in some centers, some of the people who were administering the vaccines would take your details but not give you the vaccine. They would instead crush the vaccine. They would destroy the vaccine. They would not inject it into the patient, but they would take your details and upload it onto the server as, stating that you've been vaccinated, but you haven't been vaccinated. Have you gotten reports of this particular action? How widespread is this particular report as well? So that's 2 questions about the process.
Okay. I think on that, just hearing from you, which we were going to note also, but to advise Nigerians, if you experience such situation, that's why we have our call center. Please call our call center and lay the complaint. Tell them the exact location that is happening, and then we'll follow up and ensure justice is done to those set of health workers that are involved. To ensure accountability into the system, the agency under the leadership of the Executive Director, Dr. Faisal, collaborated with ICPC, and EFCC, who are there in all the states in this federation to independently also monitor this kind of activities that are going on. There are a few areas where we had some reports on other areas of the health workers not doing what they are supposed to do, which actions have been taken. Please feel free. Walk into ICPC office near you, EFCC office near you, or report to the call center, and we'll make sure that that does not happen. And then, for those that are saying they received the first dose of the vaccine and then they did not receive the second dose, in fact, that is one of the things, like I mentioned earlier, remember I commended the leadership of the executive director and the entire team at the national. From the beginning of the vaccination, the team was meeting every day. And that every day, we were analyzing the vaccination going on in all the states, their utilization rate on a daily basis. Now, when it was getting up to like 2, remember in the phase 1, the first priority was the health workers and then other frontline workers. Towards 2 weeks to the end, we opened up to 50 years and above who were ready to. And then notice also that doing that, the AstraZeneca vaccine has the interval of 6 to 12 weeks. It's the Moderna that is the 28 days or the Pfizer that is 21 days. So for AstraZeneca is 6 to 12 weeks. So what we did was, for those that were vaccinating late, we timed and gave them 6 weeks to the time that we know the vaccine was going to finish. For those that know the vaccine that was remaining, they were given first dose and then given 12 weeks. And that 12 weeks will take them to, most of them, towards ending of this September and early October. And of course, definitely before that period, the next batch of AstraZeneca vaccine will arrive the country. So I just want to reassure the people, if you took it, you are still very safe. 12 weeks after, 14 weeks after, to come back for your second dose. Researches and studies have shown very clearly that even that gap from the first dose and the second dose vaccination, the wider it is, the also better it is for the people. But that does not mean you go outside that range. So they shouldn't be afraid. Within the next 1 to 2 weeks, the vaccines will arrive. AstraZeneca, they'll be able to take their second dose. We just want to reassure Nigerians, please, you will soon get your second dose if you have received the first dose.
All right, let me wrap up by asking Dr. Okunrade about lockdown. Lots of Nigerians are worried about another lockdown. We're seeing the infection rates going up. Is another lockdown an option, Dr. Okunrade?
Okay, so it's good to hear from Dr. Basi that we're having access to more vaccines to further the continue the strategy on the COVID-19. Now we're moving to the second phase, like you rightly mentioned. And it talked about herd immunity, where you have a lot of people within the populations that are being vaccinated. And that if there is high immunity, that will reduce a lot of severe cases and hospitalization. So with the support of NPACDA, we're looking forward to see that happening soon in the next couple of weeks with the takeoff of the second phase by Monday. It's also important to also inform the public that at NCDC, we continue to coordinate the response to COVID-19 outbreak with the state government across all the states in terms of laboratory services, in terms of screening of cases, in terms of risk communication, providing support to treatment centers and others. And we keep reviewing our data daily and make it available to different committees to improve on the response. So the data on the epidemiology of COVID-19 in Nigeria, we keep making it available to Presidential Steering Committee, who is the appropriate committee that has been designated to review policies as much as possible, as well as restrictions within the country. So the decision for
Another
whether another lockdown
will come from them.
Will be at that level. With that level of government.
Okay.
Thank you, Over.
Thank you so much, Doctor, for joining us on the show. We've had Dr. Oyeladun Okunromade here, as well as Dr. Basi Okboseng. They've both joined us from the NCDC and the NPHCDA. Thank you so much for your time this evening.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Lagos, that's all the time we have. I know we didn't have time to play just a minute, but tomorrow is another day. I'm Sandra Ezekwesili on social media. Those were your hard facts, Lagos. Good night.
Number one station for talk.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
You get money for account. You want